So, other than those in the military, who knows what Gold Star families are or Gold Star means? Phew, thank you. I don't remember the exact dates, but early on in our country's history, I think it was mostly World War II, as families would send their children and their loved ones off to fight in the wars, they would put blue flags in their windows with stars on them. I think they were red stars. Blue stars on the red background. And as individuals did not make it home from their deployments, then they would switch them out to gold stars. Not a group you want to be involved with. Not a group you want to belong to. My wife and I and our 5 children that are still living and our granddaughters and our family, we now are part of a organization that is phenomenal to be a part of. The price is just too damn high to pay. We lost our son this last February in Afghanistan. He was a special forces operator, most passionate about what he did. He loved the military, loved serving with his special forces brothers. That was what he's most passionate about. So when that event occurred, then our lives, as most of you can only imagine, they change. Everything in your life changes. Nothing will ever be the same. And so once you become a Gold Star member, or Gold Star family, there are hundreds and now thousands of Gold Star families throughout the United States. Wonderful human beings who have paid the ultimate sacrifice as a family member by giving a family member to the cause. I grew up in the military. My father was retired as a permanent grade full colonel. My oldest brother, I'm the second, so I do my older brother, was a ranger. And so our son was a special forces operator. It's a family business. And so for us, having the comfort, and as the brethren talked about their deployments and their return trips and their going to trips, the sanctuary that you provide as USO supports and volunteers, I hope you understand how much you love, how much you appreciate it. My first recollection of a USO group, funny story, I am 7th grade, so how old are you? 13, 14? Okay. We're living in Nellingen, Germany, right outside of Stuttgart. My dad is a battalion commander there of the 87th Maintenance Battalion. My mother's a freakazoid. You gotta have the boys under control at all times. My dad's a career Army officer. Go what the hell, walk down behind the motor pool. Go down to the PX, go to the bowling. So my oldest brother is in high school, and the high school is gonna have a trip to Paris. Get where this is going? So my younger brother John, who's a year younger than I am, and I get to tag along with our older brother. The 3 of us and this group of high school kids goes to Paris, France over Thanksgiving holiday. Oh, baby. You know, that's about the time when you take vacation on the French Riviera, the Spanish Riviera, and you get to walk up to one of those beaches, and your mother wishes she was an octopus. Because she has 5 sons, and we're all like, oh my goodness. And she's trying to cover up eyes. You know, my dad's name was Pel. We got to get these kids off the beach. And my dad goes, they got to grow up sometime, Bobby. So we're running around Paris, and Thanksgiving Day hits. And all of us high school kids are like, ain't nobody selling turkeys. There's no turkey dinner.
No kidding.
Paris, France, really? They don't sell Thanksgiving? No. So all of a sudden, we're walking down this street, and there's the flashing red, white, and blue USO sign. And we go, huh, that's ours. We're going to unbelievable turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, cranberry sauce. So at 13, 14 years old, I'm having the time of my life as a kid in Paris, France, and I get to go to the USO and have turkey dinner. Yeah. So thank you very much. So fast forward 30 years, 40 years later. Our son's killed. We're doing some pretty extensive travel. We get invited by Special Forces Command to head down to Fort Bragg to attend Memorial Week. Well, prior to that, our son's fiance flies home from North Carolina, where she moved to be with him. And she flies home, and Christine takes great care of her. Make sure that every layover she gets to a USO center, or she gets taken care of by a USO volunteer, comes and gets her, takes her to her next plane. On our trips out, same thing. You know, Christine saying, here, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Not asking me, but telling me, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Like a great volunteer leader, right? You tell your soldiers where they're going and point them in the direction they need to go. Because at a lot of points and times in their lives, like these gentlemen have said, there's so many things weighing on your mind, so many different emotions. You know, when our son was killed, they cleaned him up, and he was gone. He was at Dover in I don't know how many hours, but he didn't stay long after the ramp ceremony in Bagram. He was gone. And so all of his brothers that are downrange don't get to spend time with him or closure. So they get to go to the USO centers and get some of that closure. Because if you're a family like ours, we send every picture of our son's funeral and the processions and all the things that happened. We videotaped it all, sent it all back downrange so they could be a part of it. And then they took that, I found out, to the Pat Tillman Center and then played little clips of the video so that the soldiers downrange can see that families do care about their soldiers and care about those who serve. So, you know, we've traveled a lot this year, and we're going to head to the Army-Navy game here in a couple weeks. And we're going to have a couple layovers. And I can promise you, we know exactly where we're going. We're not going to the red carpet room at Delta. We're not going to that. We're going to the USO centers.
All right.
All right? Because that's home. So, please know, we love you. We appreciate you. We are so grateful that you take time out of your busy lives, because your lives are busy, to support us, the soldiers, and the Gold Star families. If you don't know it, it's immense. The sense of compassion and the true meaning of love and caring comes out from each of you. When we were leaving Fort Bragg, had a little Fayetteville. We have a cool little, tiny little USO center. It's about this big. It has 4 easy chairs and a little table for kids to come and color on. And this sweet, how old is he? I don't know, 75, 80-year-old gentleman that knew why we were there. He knew why the families were there that weekend. We're Gold Star families. Just took care of us. Come sit here, you need this chair. Come sit here, I got crayons for you. Come sit here, I got lemonade for you. You know, can't tell you what it meant, because we're leaving a very emotional weekend. So just please remember the things that you do will leave lasting memories for those of us who get the privilege of meeting you. Because it is our privilege to meet you and to be able to be with you in your time that you serve us. So thank you very much. Not only God bless USA, but God bless USO and all of you that serve. Thank you.